Ironwood Games. This is Andrew.
And this is Marcus.
And we are back once again on our wonderful tour of Myst. Alright, let's see. We're here. This is the library ceiling, if you're not familiar with that, which we kind of get back to after our last age. So last time we finished up Selenitic Age with all the fun sounds and the Maze Runner. And that nightmare is over. So, we have one last age to visit, which is Mechanical Age. So we see this nice gear on the cover of the book. I think if there's anything important in here. Survivors of, I don't know if there's a war or an assault or something happens. And they talk about kind of building some defenses or a fortress for the survivors. And here we see a picture of what's going to be Mechanical Age.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, the black ships come to attack. And that's it. I think for what we need in the book. So if we recall correctly, all of our steps, these are the gears here. So we want to turn our tower to the gears. And then we'll go up and find our keys. So we've done this, kind of these steps 3 times here. It's the same thing once you're kind of used to it. Right, take our little elevator up to the tower. Find our keys so we can unlock the blinking book. And do that. Alright, so we like to check and make sure. Okay, yep, we're looking at the gears. Let's go find that key. What could it be? Alright.
2040-221.
So our key is 240-221. Alright. Any ideas what this 240 could be?
Time?
Oh, it looks like a time. That's how we write time. So, 240 is our time. 221. We'll remember those. So we need them. And then let's go back to our island and say, where do we get the time from?
The clock?
The clock. So let's go find ourselves a clock.
I don't remember if we've seen a clock before.
I don't know if we have. I know where it is.
I'm glad you do, because I don't.
If we look at our picture of our diagram, this is our tower up here. We've turned on almost everything in the island except for down here, in this area, which is where the clock tower happens to be. As well.
That's what's over there.
So yeah, so if we kind of just think about, this is our last, we see the clock tower right in front of us. Our last age. And there's our clock tower. And if we start, I'll show you this. So it's set at 12 o'clock right now. Right? If we turn the big handle, that turns our big hand. And if we turn the little handle that turns our little hand. Okay, and so we want it. This is what, 3:30 right now? Where are we at? 11:40. And this is 2:40 if I can know how to read a clock. Do I know how to read a clock though?
Well, isn't the minute on the 10 and then the hours on the? Did you need to flip them?
Oh, do I have do I have them backwards? There we go. I think that'll fix it there. Okay. Much better. Good thing we've got Marcus here with us. Also, fun fact, this puzzle is completely impossible for kids these days because I don't think they know how to read a clock at all. So, and I am clearly bad at it. So we saw this little gear bridge shows up. I can flip the switch now, which will make it show up on that map. And now I can go inside the clock tower. And here we have
Ooh.
3 numbers, 333. And
So
that switch doesn't
2-1.
do anything. If I pull that switch, oh, it turns to, oh, okay. And if you recall, we also had 3 numbers on our key, right? 221. So some kind of combination. If you notice this weight over here on the side, every time I pull it, the weight goes down, and then at a certain point it hits the ground, and I can no longer pull it. So we have a limited number of moves, essentially. If I pull this, it resets everything. And so that's the task, is figure out in this limited number of moves, how do we get these lined up, if you will. And I don't remember, to be honest. So that's 223. See, at a certain point it sets back, so I'm going to fidget with it for a minute. Oh, that's 221. Or something. Okay. Have we figured it out yet? Oops, that takes us back. Okay. Once we reset, it can't go.
Okay. Pull the middle lever twice.
This one here?
Yep. And then it says hold the left one until the middle number reads 2.
Oh. I see. So if we hold it. Oh, see, this is tricky. It spins. Oops, I messed it up. It spins just the middle piece. They tricked us so good in this puzzle. There we go. All right, and we saw this gear down at the bottom kind of did a quarter turn and opened up. And so just like we saw with the ship, this is reminiscent of changes back on the island. So let's go back
Changes.
out. Changes. All right, we got to be careful. We don't want to get flagged for the music copyright algorithms.
Your voice is just so good that
I know it's pretty accurate to the actual song. So, but we see here the gear has now opened, and here's our linking book.
that's so cool.
And we're gonna do our flyby. We'll be here on our last age, mechanical age, which has a lot of gears. All right, here we go. Let's get out of here. All right, so we'll start exploring around. What we see here, we've got 4 things, and it's going to turn out to be a combination lock piece. So we're going to be looking
Oh
for
my god,
these
there's so many symbols.
symbols. Yeah, so we're on the lookout for them as we go. And then let's take this bridge across into... So we've got a split here. We'll just take the left path because I decided. And the left path takes us to... That's right, a crazy room where there's a ship. There's a spaceship. There's a picture of somebody. There's a clock tower. There's a telescope. So this is interesting land or island to come to last, just because we have here all these artifacts of things that we've seen. We've got these colored things. And we've got a nice throne. Some kind of chess game. So somebody thinks they're fancy. Let's wind this up. It's a little mechanical bird.
That's all that does.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, and I think that may be it in here for right now in this room. So we can continue down the hall. Ah, here's a button. And it takes us down some spooky stairs. And there's nothing else to look at down here. Oops. So we can interact with this control. Shall we?
Sure.
Okay. So what you may not be able to tell is there's a diagram here. There's like an inner circle and an outer circle. And as we move this, they change alignment. So I'm trying to get them to line up at the bottom. There we go. On the red. Oh. And now I'm going to hit the button again. Make these stairs go up and enter into this chamber. Close close the door, and let's go up. And let's see, we are now up on some floor somewhere. Oops. Yeah, okay. We'll hit that button. Okay, so that didn't give us anything when we came out there. And this takes us back where we were. So we'll keep exploring for a little bit. Oh, here's another room. Someone's got a throne here. Oh, this is Fortress Rotation Simulator. Alright, so this might be helpful.
So they had simulator games in the 90s before they became a really popular thing.
To see that we have two knobs here, right? This seems to be a lock. And then this one does the rotation. And then we lock it again. So that's going to help us with our rotation that we were doing down in the basement. All right, let's continue to explore just some of the artifacts and the scenery because it's interesting.
Swords.
This room here belongs to, I believe, Achenar, who's an interesting individual. And I think this is a Jack in the Box. Or a snake in the box. Ooh, spooky. All right, so if we go all the way back to the beginning, we're kind of here where we started. And we didn't find any of our clues. This doesn't do anything yet. But we can see there's an island over here, or a little ramp off on that side. We might be able to see it. Nope, not on the other side. There might not be one there. It might be behind us. So we want to work on rotating this fortress, which is what we had seen down here. So let's see if we're facing down here. I think I want to be facing to the right. Oops. There we go. Ah, so hard because it's delayed. There we go. Okay. I think that's going to give us a rotation. Oh no, it's not. We're missing something.
No.
What could we be missing? So if you remember... Oh, secret doorway. If you remember from our simulation... We're going to go look in that secret doorway in a second. But remember from the simulation... of this right lever doesn't do anything unless we remove the brake or the lock. So the fact that we are down there with only one lever seems to indicate that we need to remove a lock to get this actual rotation going. Okay, let's see. We went into Achenar's. Oh, secret chamber in here. Oh, there's a blue page. We like those. Oh!
Oh,
How's that? That sounds fun. So in
I
this
didn't see
secret
that.
chamber, there's a blue page. So maybe we will find a secret chamber in Sirrus's room, which is on the other side, with a perhaps a red page in it. And again, the theme we've seen around Sirrus is treasures and gold. He seems to really like his treasure and all that. Oh, here we go. That's a note. Sirrus, your greed sickens me. Your desire for wealth and plunder is never satisfied. I will instruct my subjects not to pay your new tax, and you know they'll listen to me. Regards, Achenar. All right, so we can see they have some beef going on with the brothers. All right, and I thought somewhere in here would be... Oh, there's our pink page. So we'll keep the blue page for now, because we can only have the one page at a time. And what we've decided, or what we've said we need... Oops. There we go. Is to remove the lock on this fortress so we can rotate. All right, and I think the lock is... Oh. Huh. So there's some controls up there. That's interesting. What if I press the button and get out? Because recall, that middle button kind of sends it into a neutral position. And here we have now... Oops. I hit the wrong button. Now we have the controls just like we saw in the simulation. So we can take the lock off. This one doesn't seem to do anything from up here. So let's go back down. Actually, we'll pause here. We'll pick up next time. We'll go and do some rotations and see if we can't get this blue page back to the blue book and find out what's going on the island of Myst.
Ooh.
Any thoughts before we leave? This is our last land. We'll get these last remaining pages back and we'll see what we've got.
Hopefully there's not a surprise like tunnel maze system like in the last world.
Hopefully there's not. I don't recall one. But if
That was
there
horrible.
is...
It was like, oh, this is like a fun level, and then suddenly
Yeah,
unnecessary padding.
nightmare. All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us on this. Check back on the next one. We'll finish off Mechanical Age, and we'll see if we can't answer some questions as to what's going on. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to keep getting great content. Leave us any comments, and we will see you next time.